Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome back, 𝗦𝘂𝗃 here. This is 𝗦𝘂𝗃𝗃𝗍 or 𝗦𝘂𝗃 PC, and we are going to attempt at least set up multiple controllers. Now I don't know for sure if this is going to work, so this may be a complete failure. It has picked them up. So I have two 𝗦𝘂𝗃 Raptor Mach 2 joysticks here, and I'm going to turn off my Xbox controller because that's still on. We're going to remove that from the loop so it doesn't interfere with anything. That has now gone from the game, so we now have two controllers. Right, so how on earth are we going to set this up? So right. So what we don't have here, which is a bit of a shame, is the ability to bind one joystick to the left track and the other joystick to the second track. That's not quite what I was looking for. Now I know the design that I'm sort of putting together here probably isn't a good reflection of the actual tanks being used. I think most of them sort of have feet controls for steering, so you push down on the right foot and that's the right track, and you push down on the left foot and that's the left track. There's probably a whole host of variations I don't know anything about. Unless, or maybe I could, maybe I can do this. Let me just try this a second. I'm thinking steer right. It's not picking up on that input, sadly. Maybe if I select that first, and then I'll try it. Right, okay, so that has taken that. So let's put this one on steer left. Let's just go into the game a second. We'll do a fun drive. Let's start. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, if I push forward on the right joystick, I should get a camera on this, shouldn't I? You can see what I'm doing. I'm not really set up for cameras today, guys. My desk is a mess. My room is a mess. Everything's a mess. Brain is a mess. Let me see what I can do camera-wise. Bear with me. Right, so how's that looking? You can see I have the two joysticks here. And if we go back to the game, I can see if it works. If I push both together, it's kind of fighting itself. It's not going very fast, but it is definitely working. But what's happening is we're stuck in gear 0. So let me move forward here. Let's go to settings. Let's go to input controls and adjust the controls. I like the fact that you can do this on the fly. We've got steer right, so if I also bind... No, I don't want to replace it. I want to have both. You see my problem? So, if the game would allow me to put accelerate on axis 1 as well, that wouldn't work. So basically they need to change the internal components of the game in order to allow me, I mean, I'm proving that it works, okay? For some reason that's going backwards. Why is that going backwards? So I can pull back, because you can see the acceleration difference. That's gear 1, gear 2. I can start steering left. To be fair, It's a very abrupt steering mechanism. I literally did a skid there. No audio. It does work, but it's not configured to work properly. That's just a button. Right, let's have a look. This is going to be a bit of trial and error. So really what we're going to end up having to do, we're going to be forced to do it this way because it's just not going to work otherwise. So we're going to have one controller doing the steering. Could have that, couldn't I? So turret aim. A lot of problems, really. So what we want to do is toggle exterior free cam, no AAR snap to shooter, no reset camera, no default time scale. Right, so that's what we need. This is going to correct one. So we're going to go aim right, left, aim up, down. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it that way. I may swap that. And then there should be a fire button somewhere. Right, let's give that a try. What I don't have at the moment is the ability to look around. Oh yeah, maybe. No. So yeah, so that's the context that I have. So if I come over here, it's going to be really tricky. Head tracking would be nice. Head tracking would be absolutely awesome. How do I go into the turret view? Here. AAR mode, end mission timescale. No. Context menu. Turret aim. No, that's not it. So we'll have some stuff on here. Next weapon, actually. put that on this one. So, next weapon. Previous weapon. Range increase. Range decrease. Cycle view. How do I... The left shift on the keyboard is how I go into that aim down the turret thing. It's not here, is it? It's missing. Ah, toggle exterior view. Okay. Try that. Down. I think the vehicle is still moving. Okay, that's not helping. That tank doesn't like being shot at. Who's going to shoot me? Right, so I'm not penetrating that at all, as you would expect. So I still got that bound. Right, let's fix that. So what's happening there is that I still have the vehicle control set here. So we'll remove that. Remove that. Okay. So now I can aim without moving the vehicle banks. And that's really hard. That is so much harder than using an Xbox controller. We did a lot of damage there. Proving to be really difficult to aim. But what I think I need to do is come in here and calibrate. So that needs to have 0 dead zone. Axis 1. 0 dead zone. So there is sensitivity and stuff that I can utilize. To be honest, the sensitivity feels fine, and now that I've removed that dead zone, it feels like it's working better. We're reloading. Okay. So I think you could get used to this. But it's not going to be easy. Also, this joystick doesn't center itself very well, so I'm getting this permanent turn to the right. is a bit of a problem. So these aren't the best controllers, perhaps, for this particular situation. Let's just calibrate it again. The up and down bit seems fine, but the left and right, you can see it's not quite perfect. What we can do is we can adjust the 0 to match the joystick. Now that's a very cool feature. I like that. That definitely gives me a sense of better control. Nope, still bloody doing it. That's weird. Settings, input, adjustment controls. This one. Calibrate. Oh, I see. So I think what I might have done there is put it on the wrong joystick. Wrong axis. I put it on the wrong axis. What axis is axis 2? Oh, that's that. All right, so yeah, it's going to be really tough using 2 controllers. I'm not liking the twist grip thing either. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. A slight mistake here. So the foundations are there. It could be with a little bit of change from the developers. It could be a very effective dual controller system. Head tracking would really open this up. It would really make it feel incredible. Notice my FPS is down to 45, so I may have to tweak graphics. What's it going to do? This one, vehicle, steer left and right. That feels a lot better in terms of controlling the vehicle. He's definitely dead. Blocked by terrain, so the tree saved him. Yeah, not that time. Come on, reload. So that door opening is an indication that they're trying to get out of the vehicle. It's not fully simulated just yet. What's going on here with this tank? Very slowly turning his turret towards me. So, okay, this is basically just a test to see how viable it is to have dual controller systems. I think if I had head tracking, it may be better experience, because turning your head with the joystick is not the best experience in the world. But having said that, I could see that you could very quickly get used to it, and the game does a relatively good job. Yeah, it does a relatively good job of delivering what we're trying to achieve. Doesn't seem to be any damage on the wheels yet, which is a little strange. I'm sure that's something they've added. I have to double check my resources. Maybe they've not sent me the full game. Maybe this is just the current demo. I'm not entirely sure. I thought it was the full game, but because there's no damage modelling, I kind of feel like maybe it isn't. So, yeah. It's got potential to work with dual controllers. You can see it's definitely working. I am in control of the tank pretty well. Aiming is a bit of a problem. But not a terrible problem. It's going to take a bit of practice, I think. Oh, that definitely worked. And the tree. I'm curious how there's definitely a dead zone, too much of a dead zone on that up and down input. I think it's going to take quite a bit of tweaking to get something really usable. Yeah, don't need that dead zone there. What are those little glowy bits? What's that all about? What does that mean? There's a few over here as well. I'm assuming that's some sort of bug rather than a feature. Stopped by fuel tank. I would have expected that to explode. I don't know why it didn't. Not even smoking. Alright, so out of all the controller systems that I've tried so far, I have to say that the Xbox controller feels the most natural. There's a bit of work that's going to be required to get the right configuration of buttons to feel right, but certainly this could be perfect. The problem is, of course, that in a real tank, the driver has no control over the turret whatsoever. So that whole control system, those entire control systems are separated. Whereas in the game, because there's no multiplayer in multiplayer crew, at least I don't think there is. I have to check that now. You're kind of doing everything, and that does make things a little bit more difficult. I don't know what the limit on controllers is, but I've got to say that it did pick up on these controllers instantly, and they're not exactly well-known controllers. So how that's been configured is very good, and yeah, it's definitely showing promise, but it's going to be a little tricky to get it working exactly how you want it, I think. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.